For centuries, automation threatened the hands that built things. But today, the threat targets the minds that plan things. Artificial intelligence is not just taking manual labor, it is taking cognitive labor. The global economy is undergoing a process we call the Great De-skilling, where entire white-collar professions, from law and accounting to coding and creative design, are being made obsolete not in decades, but in a single, terrifying decade. The question is no longer if AI will replace you, but when. The automation apocalypse is here, and it's accelerating faster than any government or economy can manage. The true control will not come from physical chains, but from economic dependency on the very system that made your skills worthless. The fear is real, because the numbers are undeniable. AI systems can process legal documents 10 times faster than a paralegal, write marketing copy better than a junior copywriter, and generate code quicker than a junior programmer. This isn't automation replacing one person. It's a single AI model replacing an entire department. Every job requiring pattern recognition, synthesis, and even creativity is now on the AI's firing list. We are witnessing a systemic devaluation of human intellectual labor. The market no longer pays for effort or education, it pays for what cannot be automated. And that list is shrinking every day. AI, your job is next. Mass structural unemployment creates an economic impossibility. An entire population without the means to earn a living. The inevitable solution proposed is Universal Basic Income, UBI. But UBI is the final link in the chain of control. UBI, distributed through CBDC, previous topic, and tied to your compliance score, turns economic survival into a conditional privilege. The system that made you redundant now controls your lifeline. Any dissent, non-compliance with health mandates, or low social score can result in the immediate revocation of your income stream. The UBI Trap ensures that absolute economic dependence enforces absolute political obedience. For the few who remain employed, the nature of work changes entirely. The remaining jobs are hyper-specialized and focused almost exclusively on servicing the AI and the system that runs it. Human labor becomes a glorified maintenance crew for the machine. These positions are subject to relentless digital surveillance, performance metrics dictated by the AI, and absolute control over task allocation. There is no room for independence, creativity, or inefficiency. The new labor matrix demands hyper-optimization, turning the human worker into a perfectly monitored, disposable appendage of the larger automated infrastructure. The automation apocalypse is not just an economic crisis, it's an existential one. When human intelligence, creativity, and labor are deemed economically worthless, the societal sense of purpose and self-worth collapses. What is the value of a human life when a simple algorithm can outperform 90% of the population? This void of purpose is fertile ground for manipulation. The system will provide distractions and state-sanctioned narratives to keep the dependent population pacified. The final control is achieved when the masses are so grateful for the UBI lifeline that they never question the system that stole their jobs and their dignity. The shift is happening now, under the guise of efficiency. We must recognize the UBI trap for what it is: economic dependence disguised as salvation. The only way to survive the automation apocalypse with our freedom intact is to refuse the premise that our worth is tied to the market's need for our labor. We must invest in uniquely human skills, critical thinking, empathy, connection, that AI cannot replicate. We must fight for decentralized economies and community reliance that make the conditional UBI irrelevant. The fight is not against technology, but against the control system that weaponizes it. The time to prove your worth is now, before the AI-fired the world becomes a finished chapter in human history.